Hi, I'm Laura Ray and welcome to my channel. Today is a very different type of video. I will be sharing with you my best tips for using things you probably already have in your stash at home. Now, these are my holy grail products that I really love and I've used for a long time, so I've come up with a lot of different ways to use them. Now, we're facing some challenging times right now. All of us have different types of challenges. Mine right now is a career challenge. After 26 years as a public school teacher, I'll actually be teaching my students online, remotely. So I'll be in training all week to learn a lot of things I've never done before. So many of us are also concerned about the elderly, our parents, people we love that are older. And I'd love to hear from you. What is your challenge you're facing right now? And I just want you to know that I'm thinking of all of you. So let's get started and have some fun with the things that are in our stash. My first tip is to use something very emollient to take your makeup off your face. You want to get really deep into the pores and get all the makeup off. And if you use an emollient cleanser, you won't need an eye makeup remover. It'll just take off your eye makeup and everything. Now, one tip that I do is I put my emollient cleanser on my face, get my shower, and the warm steam of the shower really helps loosen up the makeup. And then it comes off so easily. And it seems like when I do that, my skin is extra hydrated. Now, what I enjoy using is Albolene. I've been using this since I broke out with rosacea. I stopped double cleansing with other things I was using. You can see I've used quite a bit of this. This lasts a really long time. But what I did, another tip, is I scooped it out into another jar that I had. And when I travel, I take this instead of this whole big bulky cleanser. But it really does keep my face extra moisturized. You can shop your stash by using a thick moisturizer, cold cream, or even Vaseline. I've noticed since I've been using Albolene, my fine lines under my eyes are not as prominent and are not as deep. So I think it's contributing to keeping moisture in my skin. My next tip is to put your cleanser right on top of that emollient cleanser that you have. You don't need to wash that off first and then go in with a second cleanse. You can do it right on top. I enjoy using this Vanicream. It's fragrance-free. It works beautifully with the Albolene to get everything off. Now, you can shop your stash by using any cleanser that you currently have, and hopefully it's fragrance-free. My next tip is for those of you with dry skin. I have found that layering my moisturizer has really helped. So I will put one layer on, wait about 3 to 5 minutes, let it really soak in, and then go in with a second layer. It has made such a difference around the eye area. I love using this Vanicream Light Lotion. It's fragrance-free. It's a very thin consistency. It doesn't irritate my skin at all. And I just think it keeps the skin so hydrated. I absolutely love it. Now, if you want something thicker, sometimes what I'll do is apply this, and then around the eye area, I'll go in with this thicker Vanicream. This is great for your body, your feet, but it's also a fantastic eye cream. Now, you can shop your own stash by taking some moisturizer you already have. Pick a thin one. You can layer it, and then you could go on top with a thicker moisturizer. Most of us have quite a bit of moisturizer in our stash, so this is a great time to use some of that. Think of how much this would cost if it were an eye cream. This would probably be $1,000 because eye creams are so expensive. You can even put this in a separate container. That's what I've done, and then take it out and use it as an eye cream, but it's absolutely fantastic. I don't know if you noticed, but my candle back there was just smoking and turning black, so I had to stop the video and get rid of it. It's time to order a new candle. I'll have to do that today. Now, for those of you with eye bags like me, I get them sometimes from allergies. I have a great solution that's so inexpensive. Just take a metal spoon, put it in a glass of ice water till it gets really cold, and then, of course, dry it off, and then just apply it under the eye. This really feels great. I do this especially in the summertime when it's so hot. This just feels awesome. Now, at least a year ago, I ordered a product I just had read about online, and it's this green coffee bean oil. It has caffeine in it, which is known to plump the fine lines. This is a type of oil, though, you can use on your cuticles, your hair, your body. It's just fantastic. Well, after I ordered it, I went back to order another one, and they were sold out. So I ordered this roasted coffee bean oil, and many people were asking me, did I notice a difference? And I really didn't. I love both of these. Now, to shop your stash, if you don't have any coffee bean oil to use around your eye area, try some of the oils you already have at home. Jojoba oil works fantastic. Castor oil, and another suggestion would be almond oil. When I apply the green coffee bean oil, I just simply take a couple of drops of it and then apply it around anywhere that I feel I have fine lines. So around the eyes, the crow's feet, my forehead. If I see a line, I just tap a little bit of it into it and it helps plump it up. There are so many lip exfoliators out of the market, but they can be way too aggressive for mature skin. So my tip is to use something very gentle to exfoliate your lips. Here's a couple of things that you could do. You could use just a regular sort of nubby type of washcloth. Another thing that you might have in your stash is this little scrubby. These were very popular a few years ago, and I still love it because it's great for my skin with rosacea. I'm unable to use any scrubs anymore in my face, so this is the way that I exfoliate my face. I love using this silicone tool. It's fantastic for getting rid of the lip lines, keeping them exfoliated around the eye area. I actually get under the eyes. It's so gentle, and I also love to use it in the side of my nose. That helps get rid of any blackheads you have or any skin. One of my subscribers asked about that. She said, I get a lot of dry skin around the nose. Do you have any suggestions? And this would be it. Once your lips are exfoliated, my tip would be to go right in with some type of emollient lip product. I enjoy using this one from Beautehacks. It's their lip sleeping mask. I use this every night. It plumps up my lips and leaves them really full, and I never have dry lips since I've been using this. Now, my shop your stash tip would be to go ahead and use Vaseline or some type of lip balm that you currently have in your stash. To keep your legs and arms moisturized, my tip would be to keep your moisturizer right inside your shower. I leave mine in there now next to my body wash and my shampoo, and as I just lightly dry off my skin to where it's still really damp, and then I put about a dime size amount, rub it on my tips of my fingers and sort of just wipe up my legs and up my arms like this, and my legs and arms stay moisturized for a good 24 hours that way. I don't have to keep reapplying moisturizer throughout the day. Now, the one I'm in love with is this from Gold Bond. It's their new Radiance Renewal. It's amazing because it has oil right in the product. So it's got coconut oil, almond oil, and mango butter. Now, my tip for you to shop your stash would be to add some of these types of oils into your current moisturizer. So you might want to drop in some coconut oil that you have. You might have that right in your kitchen, or you could also put in some almond oil, and this will help keep your skin much more moisturized for a longer period of time. Let's talk about makeup. My best tip for primer is to not rub it around, to actually press it into the pores, almost like you're filling a hole. That way you get such a flawless look. I've really been enjoying this one from e.l.f., their Poreless Putty Primer. It's so inexpensive, and I've tried so many primers in the last few years, and this really is about the best I've tried. It works excellent for filling in the pores in my cheek area. Also, I would say to you, don't apply primer anywhere but where you need it. When I first started using primer, I would put it all over every area of my face, and your entire face doesn't really need it. It's really meant for those areas that need pore filling. Now, you can shop your own stash by using any silicone primer that you already have and pressing it into the skin instead of rubbing it around or dragging it on the face. The best way to use a makeup sponge is damp. A lot of people don't think about that. They get a sponge and they just start using it. Now, my tip would be to use it damp and do light layers of foundation and just start with the thinnest layer and build up till you get the coverage that you want. Now, I love these. You don't have to spend a lot of money on sponges. These are the Miss Gorgeous sponges. They are amazing, and I think they run around $6.99. I have them in my Amazon store. They're so soft. They clean real well, and that's another tip I have for you. You don't need expensive cleaners to clean your sponges. I had some, let's see, right here. This facial cleanser didn't work for me once I broke out with rosacea. My skin is just too sensitive for this. So I use it to clean my sponges so that it won't go to waste. It does a beautiful job getting them clean, and I don't feel so bad about buying this cleanser that I'm unable to use. So many of us have tons of concealers and foundations in our stash that we need to use up. So my tip for you with that is play around with them and see if you can use them for different things. A few months ago, I started playing around with my Maybelline Instant Age Rewind, and I found that it was great as a primer for eyeshadow. So I've stopped buying primers. I just use this. The Neutralizer really gets rid of the purple lines in my eyelids and just discoloration that I have. This also works great for the redness in this area under the eyes that I get, especially if my rosacea is acting up. Now, another thing you can do, I bought a foundation from Revlon. I love their Candid foundation, and I bought the wrong shade. I thought it would be the perfect shade, and it was much too light. Well, I can never get the right shade. They're usually out of the shade that would be good for me. And I had bought one that's a little darker, and it was way too dark. So I mix these together and get a color I'm really happy with. And that way I'm not wasting any foundation, and I get the look that I'm going for. When I watched a video with Scott Barnes, the makeup artist, several months ago, he was using a glass palette with his name on it, and I think it was $30-some, and I was like, oh, that's out of my budget. So I found one on Amazon for a little over $5, I believe, and I have been using it nonstop. It is great for using cream blush, foundations, just mixing them. But one of my subscribers suggested something she used, and I thought, I wonder what else I have around the house, because I really wanted to buy another one. I use it all the time, but sometimes I misplace it. Well, look what I found, my soap dish I wasn't using. This turned out to be great. I mix it in this. So now I've got an alternative, but for travel, of course, I don't want to bring this big soap dish, so I'll be bringing this. But this is a great way to shop your stash. See if you have anything glass at home that's a flat surface that you can use to mix your foundations and blushes. You can also blend your blushes with a sponge. It's a great way to apply them. We usually think of either using your fingers, or using a brush, but a sponge is a great way. I'm enjoying this one from ColourPop. It's their blush stick. I just bought it a couple of weeks ago, and it gives such a luminous look on the skin. Well, I have a couple of tips for you besides using the sponge. First off, you can also dab it on your eyes for an eyeshadow. So if you want to just get out the door, so many of you have asked me, have I used the boomstick? And I haven't bought that yet, but if you'd like me to try that, please mention that in the comments that you'd like me to order that and show that. But this works a lot like that. You can put it on your eyes and get a beautiful look. Now, another thing I found was when I swatched my lip tint from Physicians Formula, this is from their organic wear line, even though they looked a little different in color on my arm, when I blended them out, they looked the same. So if you're trying to shop your stash right now, grab one of your tinted lip balms and see if you could use that or lipstick as your cream blush. My tip for mascara is to layer your mascara. You can use a volumizing mascara and a lengthening mascara. Now, I love having a natural brush, sort of the old school type of brush. So that's why I've been using this CoverGirl Exhibitionist. It really grabs my lashes. Now, my other tip for you, besides using volumizing and a lengthening mascara, is place the majority of the product right in the center, right over your pupil of your eye. Many of us think of trying to get those lashes on the side, but that can actually bring the eye down. So by putting the focus in the center of the eye, you can really make your eyes look larger and more youthful. Now, I also like this Maybelline Lash Discovery. Some of you remember the IT Cosmetics. They have like a tight line mascara. This is very similar, but a lot less expensive. It's got a very small brush. You can really lengthen and catch every lash. I like to go in with this after I've used the CoverGirl. If you do want to put it on your bottom lashes, this is just perfect for that. One of my favorite tips is for lips. I love filling in the outer corners of the lips and outlining the lip and leaving the center of the lip empty. Then I go in with some type of sparkly lipstick. I'm sure you have one in your collection, something that is pink or gold with a little bit of sparkle. Fill that in the center. That'll make the middle of the lip look very pouty and larger. And then to accentuate it even more, go in with a sparkly gloss. Now, I love this, has been around a long time. This is '09. This is Pink Frost from Milani, and this is one of their new glosses, and the shade is 110 Luster Light. This has gold sparkle in it. It just really accentuates the lips and makes them look very pouty. And of course, my favorite lip liner you've heard me talk so much about, and that's Keep It Spicy from LA Girl. But by doing this, you can give your lips such a beautiful shape. While you're home, if you have some extra time, go in and play with your lipsticks. Mix some nudes with pinks. You can get some real pinky nude shades that are absolutely stunning. I would love to hear any of your tips that you have for using your products in your stash. Some of you have used certain products for years and years and have so many great ways to use them. Now, the winners of last week's giveaway are posted in the first pinned comment. I hope you'll look there and congratulate the winner. And also, I have this bold palette from Milani. These have just amazing shades. Let me show you. These are so beautiful. This is a palette that's pretty hard to find right now. Milani's getting rid of this as they're bringing in new products. And I would love for all of you to have this, but one of you will be the winner if you'll just leave me a comment below. Please subscribe if you're not subscribed, and I appreciate your thumbs up, and I hope you'll stay healthy and strong. Have a great week.